and welcome back to the Study Hack series. This is the 36th hack in the series, and in this hack we'll be answering the question, how do I improve my accuracy? So in the last study hack we looked at the two components of exam success, which are accuracy and speed, and in this one we'll be focusing on accuracy. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell notification so you can keep on getting content about how to improve your grades. So again, we're going to start with a quote, which is, "Accuracy is essential to beauty." That was by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So essentially what we're going to do in this study hack is break it down, accuracy, from, from a time standpoint. So we're going to start with the things that you can do earliest to improve your accuracy, and then work towards you sitting the exam and how you can improve your accuracy in the actual exam. So the first thing you can actually do is make sure that you are really, really well prepared. So make sure that you understand the content really well, you have a strong knowledge of the content, and you know pretty much everything that you need to, so that when you go into an exam, you can deliver that knowledge through answering the questions, and deliver that understanding through and apply your knowledge through answering those questions. So the first thing will be really well prepared for the exam, and learn all the stuff that you need to know, okay? Now the second thing then is, how do you apply that knowledge even before the exam? Well, it's to do practice questions. So make sure that you are doing loads of practice questions, so like in the textbooks and like any other questions that you can find online, because that will help you consolidate your knowledge and also see where your strengths and weaknesses are, so that you can focus on your weak areas, again improving your knowledge and understanding of all the content that you need to produce for the exam. In terms of practice questions as well, another thing you can do is, even better than practice questions in the book or the other ones online, is actual past paper questions. So the reason why past paper questions are important is, not only are there practice questions in the past paper questions which help with exam practice, but often what they do is they repeat questions from previous years in your paper. So what they'll do is they will either take a question and reproduce it exactly, like maybe a 1 or 2 marker, or what they do is they'll take a previous year question and modify it slightly and change a few things here and there. But ultimately you have to know essentially the same content, and so you're basically answering it essentially in a similar or the same manner, which means that if you look at the mark scheme and remember the mark scheme points as well, on top of that, your accuracy will definitely improve as a result of that. So not only practice questions, but specifically past paper questions. So do as many past papers as you possibly can leading up to the exam. Okay, the next thing, getting closer to the exam, is how do you optimize your brain function, so that you're able to deliver. The more optimal your brain function, the higher the chances of you succeeding in the exam, because your accuracy will improve. You make less mistakes if your brain is at an optimal state. So obviously make sure you're getting enough sleep on the night of the exam, make sure that you're eating the right things, just so that your brain is in an optimal state, so that you're capable of increasing your accuracy, so minimizing the number of mistakes that you'll be making in that exam. Okay, the fourth thing we want to do is, now imagine you're in the exam. Obviously exam is made up of multiple questions, so we just focus on one question. So imagine you've got a question there, you've got a piece of text. The first thing, as I said in the previous study hack, is make sure you understand all that text. You pay close attention to all the details and every single word that they mention. Okay, don't skip over any text. Make sure you read every single part of that exam paper, because that will provide strong background knowledge, strong context, which will help you in terms of answering the questions. Okay, now the next thing is, after you've read that text, you have the question there. Make sure you really read the question carefully, because when you read the question carefully, you're able to understand what it is that they're actually asking you. Okay, so that you can answer it in the best way possible. So maybe you can underline parts of the question or highlight them, just so you know what it is that they're asking, so that you can answer that and provide the points to that question, and not go off on a tangent or start talking about answering like a different question altogether. Okay, and the final thing you can do is, in the exam, make sure you are really concentrating on what the question's asking, and your answer, when you're even answering the question, make sure you're really concentrating and having a high level of focus, because that will essentially allow you to enter like a zone state, when you're in the zone and you're free from like any distracting thoughts or distracting things in your external environment. And when you're in that state, you'll be able to perform at an optimal level. Like silly mistakes will start going out where you're writing the wrong numbers and stuff, or writing down the wrong units, and silly mistakes like that will start disappearing. And if you make less mistakes, your accuracy will increase. So make sure you're really concentrating and focused on the question and when you're answering the question as well. So those are the strategies for actually improving your accuracy. Please like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends, and I will see you in the next study hack.